Welcome, friends. It is I, Scarf, and it's time for the vlog. And let's see here. Gonna try to be more structured with this. Gonna be rambly probably, but still, I want to have some structure to this. So let's see here. Structure. As in the background, you can see in the arena is Sylvanus. I'll give you my opinion on Sylvanus in all the modes. Coming up will be Sylvanus in Conquest and in Siege. You're seeing Arena Sylvanus for the vlog because I don't like him in Arena, so we're at least going to see him here. And then we're going to have a Conch, Arena, and Assault, not in that order, whichever order we decide on, as well for the rest of the week. And then we'll see about the week after. I believe there's not going to be a patch next week. I believe it's going to be, well, not a patch next Friday. I think it's going to be another showcase. So we went ahead and did it all because, well, things are coming up. I have finals on Wednesday and Thursday, so I'm preparing for that. Jinx has midterms. She has some other things she needs to deal with. And then the week after, I think she has, or at some point, Canadian Thanksgiving is coming up. So there's all that going on as well. So I want to talk about Sylvanus, then we'll talk about the showcase / Fenrir Sings, talk about improvement, and anything else I want to talk about. Maybe about inspiration. I think that's probably it. But okay, so Sylvanus, let's go down the line here. Let's talk about Sylvanus in general. Sylvanus is very teamfight oriented, as you know. He's all about pushing, and he can be very good at peeling. He's got a root passive. He's got a root on his one. He can also ask it an NP5. It's pretty bloated, but it's interesting how it does so many things. And if someone destroys it, they lose some protection. He's also got on his 2, it heals everyone and it hurts everyone on the other team. It gets protections. I don't know if it takes away protections from the enemy team. I can't remember right now. I think only the 1 takes away protections. Then his 3 is Arachne's pull, but a lot slower, so it's harder to aim. Not aim, but it's harder to land. And then his ultimate is Geb's ult, but it's a knockup that does DOT instead of just percentage damage. And it has a little bit of wind-up time. I feel slightly longer than Geb's, I really think. So Conquest. He is pretty awesome in Conquest. I really like him there. You're going to see me play him in Conquest. And I did the wording weird because I just didn't know how to say it. My first time playing Sylvanus ever was Siege. My first time playing Sylvanus in Conch, you'll see in the coming video. And I said it's the first time playing him, and I think I said in Conquest. Like, I can't remember if I said it like that or not, because I can't remember now if I was specific enough about that or not. It wasn't my first time playing him, but it was my first time playing him in Siege. I mean in Conquest. And you see the mistakes I make because of I don't know what I'm doing yet. Because you're not going to know the first time you play. You get a good idea, but you're not going to know the first time you play. I go gold boots open, and then I go with that, and I'm roaming around with him, and he's supposed to sit in the lane. I feel like Watcher's Gift is perfect for him, because he's supposed to sit in the lane, and then you build from there. I usually don't get Watcher's Gift because I like to roam, and I do very well with that. But for Sylvanus, you should be in your lane with him, I feel, and you get a lot out of it. And if you roam with him, he's not as effective as other roaming supports. That's definitely what's going on there. But I had to roam with him anyway, and you'll see in that match why. Things just had to be that way. And usually when you're forced to roam, that's because other lanes are getting crushed. And that's what happened. Lanes were getting crushed in the coming future Conquest game. And because of that, I had to roam around and help out. And I had to leave the ADC behind. But Sylvanus is very much a very great laning partner. He's just great there. So Watcher's Gift on him is pretty perfect for him. The other god who's great for that is probably Ares. Ares is really good as a laner. More so than a roamer until you get his ultimate. But even then, if they get beads, it's not so great. Most supports can roam or do lane pretty well. Which is why you see me roam so much with gold boots instead of Watcher's Gift. I don't like Watcher's Gift because I roam so much. That's why. But Sylvanus is very good in Conquest as a laner. In soul lane, I don't know. I think you'd probably need Telkine's Ring. I could be wrong. Maybe his Wisps are enough of a push, and maybe his Root as well. I don't know. Jungle, same thing, maybe. I really don't think Jungle works for him, but I will try it at least once. You can't really knock it till you at least try it unless you know it's really bad. Like, if you know it's just not going to work, then you don't do it. Like saying, like ADC, anything assassin. The fact Mercury was able to do it was kind of appalling, so I'm glad they nerfed that. Because no hunter should be able to ADC. I mean, no assassin should be able to ADC. That is not really something. That should be a thing, and I'm glad that is for the most part gone because they nerfed Mercury. People are still going to try it and might still work, but it shouldn't be a thing. So something like that I just say no to. It can work. A lot of things can work. There's the magic of Smite. Anything can work for the most part. If you got the right team comp and the right enemy comp, anything can work for the most part. But sometimes you just got to go, no. And that's one of them. Things can happen, they make it happen though. And that's very unfortunate. Now, that's the other subject I want to talk about. Okay, but let's see. So back on Sylvanus. So Conquest, he's great. In Siege, he's great because it's a very laney thing just as well. We do a good job with him. It's a very fun game. Now, Arena, what I don't like about Sylvanus is he's very much he's one of the few supports that have to rely on their team. Most supports, for the most part, when you think about it, they can do a lot on their own. They can cause a lot of trouble on their own, piss off the enemy team pretty well, and just be very effective. There are 3 gods supports that, for the most part, kind of rely on their team. Geb, Kabrak, and Sylvanus. Geb, to a lesser extent, because he has an amazing amount of interrupts. He can do a lot of initiation setup. He can get in and get out very quickly and very well. And he's got an easy-to-land shield that can save lives. He can peel with his knockups, or he can sort of peel using a shield to save lives. Geb can be played very well in that way. Geb can get like 30 assists in an arena game, no deaths, no kills, because they're just so good being a good peeler. Kabrakan has to get his ass in there. His element is in the enemy team. He has to be all up in there. If he is not elbow deep in the enemy, then you're not doing Kabrakan well. The problem for that, though, is you need your teammates to back you up when you do that. And so he's very reliant on his teammates, which gets him killed, and it's very unfortunate. And that's why I don't like Kabrakan in Arena. That's why I pretty much banned him from anyone playing him in Arena on my stream, because it's going to be 20 to 30 minutes of us just getting wrecked, and that's not very fun to watch. I like close matches. It's fun to do runovers. It's not as fun to get run over. So there's that. And Kabrakan pretty much guarantees we're going to get run over, which is what I don't like about him. Sylvanus in a way is kind of like Kabrakan in a way as well. And we'll see whether I want to see Sylvanus in Arena or not. The problem with Sylvanus is he needs his teammates to collapse on whatever he does. Simple as that, because Sylvanus can pull, he can root, he can knock up, he can do all these amazing things, but he can't kill anyone on his own unless he gets super duper lucky or they're super duper low. He needs his teammates to collapse on him. And you'll see in this game, as you've already seen, by this point I've probably done it right once or twice with the pull and stuff with Sylvanus, that he can make some things happen when his teams collapse on it. But when his teams don't collapse on what Sylvanus does, Sylvanus is just dead in the water, or it's just nothing happens, and it's really frustrating. And so that's the problem with Sylvanus, is he's a little too reliant on his teammates to be effective. If they don't do enough, then he doesn't do enough, but because he relies on them. That's why I don't really like him in Arena. That's why we're going to see this one game with him in Arena, and that's it. Probably not going to see him in Arena again. We'll see me do more comics with him, probably. There's so many guys to cover. We'll see, but we'll see another Sylvanus at some point, where I do him in support again with Watcher's Gift. I might attempt solo. It might be a complete mess, not worth showing. Same thing for jungle. We'll see about those. But support, we'll probably see another one in the future. And that's all Sylvanus right there. That's everything about Sylvanus. I like him. I do like him. But he's a little too reliant on his teammates, which is fine in Conquest and Siege, not fine in Arena, I feel. So that's all Sylvanus. Let's talk about the showcase. So, the showcase was okay, there's 2 ways to go about it. The showcase as it is, I really like Andy and Kelly. They're very funny, very entertaining. I like them. I like what they do. They're pretty funny. Them with production's pretty funny. I like it. As judges, I've learned something. So we entered in the Smite showcase. We entered a project into it. That's Fenrir Sings. We were very proud of that. We put a lot of work in that thing. A lot of work into that thing. We put in a lot of effort into it. And third place, like, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. That's pretty funny right there. Kylax was second. I knew Kylax was probably going to be out there because I saw Kylax. Kylax showed it to me and a couple of people before he submitted it. I was like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's an interesting idea. It should do well. And then Spiff said he made a really great video, and I know we made a really great video. So we're like, okay, number 1. All right, it's going to be Spiff, it's going to be me, or it's going to be someone did something really good. What is it? And then we saw it, and I went, holy shit. Haha. Wow, this is number 1. This won the showcase. Yeah, Andy and Kelly are not our brand of humor, so we probably should not make another showcase-specific video ever again unless it lines up, basically. Fenrir Sings is pretty damn good. Spiff's video is pretty damn good as well. I will criticize Kylax's a little bit. Kylax's lasted a little too long. This is something that's also my criticism for Shillaru is, and this is a thing as well, aside, people thought it was Shillaru doing this one, not Kylax, which is a little unfortunate, but you get why, because Kylax decided to do dubstep, something crazy and nuts like that, and usually dubstep videos are crazy like that. But because Shillaru is the one you see do it so often, people thought it was Shillaru. And you get that, but oh my god, more than one person can do the same thing. Like, and also Kylax had his own spin on it. That's not the same way Shillaru does it. Like, it's similar because they're both doing that kind of thing, but they're also different. And my criticism there is it did go a bit long. It was pretty crazy, pretty funny in its craziness, but it did go a bit long to the point of obnoxiousness a little bit. And that's my one criticism to that style of thing, is if it goes too long, it gets a bit obnoxious. If it's short and sweet, it's pretty good, I feel. But it did go a bit too long in my opinion. But it was pretty funny and entertaining what Kylax did. Number 1, that is not my brand of humor. That is in no way my brand of humor. And looking at the chat, not a lot of people liked it either. So I'm a little bitter about that. But I love Hi-Rez, Andy and Hi-Rez Kelly, and they were really entertaining. I'm gonna watch the next one. I'm gonna keep watching the showcase. They're really good, but I know that they're not the kind of judges that I'm gonna win with. So I don't know if we're gonna do another showcase entry. At least we're not gonna try to. Let me tell you behind the scenes on Fenrir Sings. And god dang it, I wish we won. We should have won, I swear. Or at least been featured. But Fenrir Sings. The challenge gets put up. Okay, put this. One day I'm fishing, and I have a thought. Fenrir singing, and because I can do a Fenrir voice. Fenrir singing, "Do you want to kill a snowman?" Which is going to be Ymir. And who's he singing to? His sister Hel. That was my initial thought. And so I'm texting Jinx, "Hey, Fenrir, do you want to kill a snowman?" And she's liking the idea. And so we just start naming off, like, what if it was an album, right? And there's more to it. There's like other songs and stuff like that. And it's like, well, when we start building on song names and stuff like, and this and that, and then the showcase comes up, we're like, hey, what if that was a voice pack? What if Fenrir Singing was a voice pack? So we added that to it, to the idea, and we have all these album song names that we brainstormed. We have and then we start brainstorming the lyrics, and we just start building on it, and building on it, and building on it, and building on it. And we picked which ones we liked, which ones would be great, which ones were funny but not as good. Like we're polishing it. We're polishing that pearl, you know? We're just making it better and better and better. And we're just working on it. And we make the lyrics. We do the timing with the song. I'm singing them in the Fenrir. I'm singing them in regular voice first, so I get the timing. Then I sing them in Fenrir voice. And just doing that, just getting better at it, making it better and better. Do a bunch of takes of everything. You thought my throat was gone. We did a bunch of takes of everything because we wanted to make sure we had the right one. So I just did a bunch of each so Jinx could pick the ones that fit the best. And there we go with that. And then Jinx had to research getting the songs and all these other things. And then we get the footage, and then we timed the footage together. And we put in so much work into this thing. Tons of work over 2 weeks. A ton of work over 2 weeks over this thing. And we put it there, submit to the showcase, not even on there. Bitter about that, but move on already. Just move on that. Because what's important is, we didn't win the contest, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is what we did with it after. And this is what we're going to do regardless. And that was, after the showcase, whether we won or not, release it, of course. And let people see it. Show it to people. Put it on Reddit so they get an awareness of it, and there you go. And it got very positive results. It got a lot of smiles. At the end of the day, smiles are what it's all about. It's all about entertaining people. That is the bottom line. Not winning the contest. The bottom line is entertaining you guys and gals. That is the bottom line. And we met that bottom line. Would I like it to entertain thousands more people? Hell yeah. But we're not at that level yet. But eventually. We entertained about 1,000 to 2,000 people with this thing as of this vlog. And I'm very happy with that. I'm very proud of that. I know Jinx is too. We put a lot of work into it. We were beyond proud with it. This is one of the best things we've made. It really shows how far we've come with our skills. And people are enjoying it. And people enjoying it, what's all about. And I'm glad about that. I am bitter. I didn't even place in the contest. But I am happy people are entertained with it. Very happy about that. And that's what's more important. Entertaining people. So we'll see what other projects come out. But as I already said, Jinx is super busy. I'm super busy for the next couple weeks. So we'll see what project comes up later. But it ain't going to be anytime soon. Same thing goes for the Jean Quay guide and the Kumbhakarna guide. Those are the next guides coming up. I can't work on them right now because there's finals right now. So I got to work on studying that. That's why I already did all the Smite content ahead of time, because I don't have time. I got to study for finals. You can't fail finals. You don't want to fail finals, so study them damn finals, right? So give myself all the time in the world to study for finals. So if I fail these finals, it's on me. I ain't gonna fail these finals. I'm gonna ace these damn things. But if I were to fail them, it would be my own fault. I'm giving myself ample time for it, so I have no excuses. I can't say, well, I was working on content, or I was playing games, or this or that. I can't, playing games is not a good excuse. Working on content, that'd be not a very good excuse either. But, so I don't have excuses for my finals, basically, is I'm giving myself enough time to be prepared. And that's how it should be anyway. You should always try to give yourself enough time to be prepared for whatever you're working on, whatever endeavor. And that's what we did with the Fenrir project, is got a lot of content done so we'd have time to work on this. Because Jinx has school, I have school on. There's all those other things going on. You got to make sure you have time for it. There's another secret project, the episode 500 project. That is way overdue. That is not done because I just don't have the time to work on it. It has been on the back burner. It's going to still be on the back burner. That thing's going to come out by episode 600 for the love of crap at this point. But just the nature of the beast of that one is why it's taking so long. I don't even know. I want to finish it, but I don't know when it's going to get finished. It's a completely different project that just requires a lot of time. And I just have not pulled myself away to do it. But, oh, what was I? Okay. So showcase, if we enter in the showcase again, it'll be because I either had an amazing idea or it overlaps with something we're already thinking about doing. That's the only way we're going to get in there. But that's just for the sake of entering it, I guess, in a way. I don't know if I'm wording that right. But I don't think we're going to win with Kelly and Andy. And there's nothing against them for that. Nothing against them for that. Their tastes are different from ours. Simple as that. Simple as that. They really enjoyed what they voted on. And you can't short them for that. Their tastes are their tastes. Like, not a lot of people like Shirley's videos. Not a lot of people... Okay. A lot of people like Shirley and a lot of people hate Shirley. A lot of people like Penguin of Death. A lot of people hate Penguin of Death. A lot of people like this. A lot of people hate that. People like Spiff. People hate... I don't know how anyone can hate Spiff. It's just cool. Just... A lot of people like and hate different things, and you can't short them for that. You can't short them for that. They just have their tastes. I have my taste, you have your taste, we all have our tastes. And because of that, you just have to think about that parameter is, if Andy and Kelly's tastes are not in line with my stuff, then it shouldn't exactly be a focus, in a way. I don't know if I'm wording that correctly. Anyway, it shouldn't be a focus anyway. Winning that contest should not be the focus. The focus should be what I already said. The focus should be entertaining you guys and gals. That should always be the focus. Not winning a contest, but entertaining you people. That's what it should be, and that's what it'll always be. It'll always be about, hey, I got a funny idea. I think people will enjoy it. Let's make it. And we do. That is what it's always been. That's what the confessions were. That's what Welcome to Ostuska was. That's why we did those facts for so long, because they were funny. They were entertaining. That is the bottom line. Entertaining people. As long as that's what's happening, as long as people enjoy what we make, that is all I care about, and that is how we'll grow. We'll grow from caring about our community, basically, and the people, and bringing in people. That's the way we'll do it. It's not the fastest way, but it's the way we'll do it. And I think it's a pretty good way to go about it. What else? Criticisms. Talking about criticism again. So, I said I was going to be very critical on a game, and now it's there. It's Power Up. And I'm open for being criticized as well, and I went too long on that video. I didn't have time to make a shorter version, because it does take quite a while to work on these videos. And that video went a bit long. I could have done it better, could have criticized better. I kept saying the same thing over and over again like I do in Smite. That could have been done better. And I understand that, and I should have done it better. I just didn't have the time, and I said what I said, what I wanted to say in the video, but I could have said it sharper and shorter. That's how I could have improved on it. But I didn't have the time to do that. And I'd rather it be out there, so my opinion is out there, but not as well as it could have been, I guess. And I don't think that is I don't think it's a bad thing, because I think, how is it? Well, it's a negative as well, but I think the positive of that is, what can be learned from that. So it shows what I can learn from that, which is good, because if I did that really well, then maybe I wouldn't get any criticisms for it, which wouldn't help, if I worded that correctly, so I don't know. But Power Up's there if you want to see it. Not a lot of people are watching that video, which I understand. It's not a very positive video at all. The next one-shot, pretty good game, pretty interesting game. I have my words about that. And then the one-shot after that is something downright beyond amazing. That's all I got to say about that. Blood Dragon ends this week. As you can tell, since I've almost 100%ed the game already, if you've been watching the LP, so that should be ending this week. And the next LP, you already know what it's going to be. You already have a good guess what it'll be. Smash Brothers. Now, if I had a capture card, I'd probably use them with Smash, I don't know what. But you already have a good idea of what the next LP will be. And so that's going to come up, and it's a pretty fun game. It's a really, really fun game. I really like it. It's just a blast to play. I enjoy it a lot. So there's that. And, okay. We're getting pretty near the end here, but, something I could probably flesh out in another vlog, but I'll just talk about it a little bit now, is that's, arguments and suggestions and criticisms and trying to win and stuff like that. I'm not wording this very well, but when someone comes up with an idea, a lot of the times people say, no, that's dumb, or that's a terrible idea, or this or that. But they don't really back up why. And sometimes I don't back up why, because I don't word it well enough. Like, someone will say, you could try this. And I go, like, no, I don't really like that idea at all. But I don't explain why. And so that doesn't actually help the conversation. And this is just a thought. Think about why and try to explain that, I think really helps with things. And that is, when someone suggested you should really get Watcher's Gift when you go Ymir or this or that, and I say no, I don't like that. Sometimes I explain it, but I don't think I've ever definitively explained it, although I say it sometimes. That is, I don't like Watcher's Gift when I play Ymir because I roam. The gold is never going to pay itself back because I'm not seeing enough minion last hits to pay it back. I'm better off getting the golden boots. Well, what about the stats gives you? Well, those stats don't mean anything to me because I can always get those stats a little bit later on with Ymir, and also Ymir's naturally tanky enough that I'll be alright without them. There's another way about that. But have I ever clearly explained that? Maybe a little bit in stream and stuff, but never, I don't know, I could be more clear about that. Same thing with just other ideas. Someone says, well, I saw this work or that work, and I say, no, I don't think that works at all. Like, maybe it worked that one time, but I don't think so. I don't explain why. I don't explain, well, it shouldn't work because these things should be happening. That should be cutting that out. That should not be allowing that to happen. I understand that maybe it'll work in lower level play because those things that should be happening in higher level play are not occurring. Like, I could be explaining it that way, but I don't, which is a criticism towards me. I should be working on that. I should work on my explanations of things. And since we're on criticisms, I repeat myself a lot. We know that in Smite games. And that's probably partially because of my train of thought. I'm stuck on that train of thought. It's something I gotta work on, so I talk about other things. And sometimes maybe I'm filling air, whether on purpose or not, because I don't like silence when doing content. But there's other things I could do to fill the air. But there's only so much you can do when you're freaking playing the game at the same time. This is the hard part. Is if I just sit down and shut the hell up and play the game, I am leagues better than when I'm talking. And that's because I have to explain what's going on. I gotta explain my train of thought, this or that. There is a disconnect that not a lot of people understand is, when you're focused on purely your play, you'll do really well. But when you are trying to explain some things going on, not just on you, but other things going on around you, it does open you up to getting your ass beat. And it's happened. We see that. And that's what it comes with. That's just what comes with doing what I'm doing here. But sometimes people just don't understand that, and I'm just saying it right now. Understand that. Please understand that. But I could explain things better. Even though I explain a lot, I could explain things better. Or I could break some thought a little bit, interrupt my thought process so I can explain something else as well in another way. I think that's the only thing. And this, of course, is me talking about all my criticisms for myself, because I can improve and get better and better. I am proud of what we make and how good we are. And I know we can be leagues better in the future. I know I'm pretty good, but I know it can be a lot better. I know I could be 1,000 times better. I know that. Everyone can be 1,000 times better than they are now. We all have the potential to be amazing. Even when we're amazing, we have the potential to be even more amazing than that. That is what I think. That is my optimism about everything in the world. And so, I know there is no ceiling. I know I can get better and better and better and better and better. And even if I were to perfect my breathing, so I don't have to do so much cleaning on that, or my style of saying things, or my delivery, or this or that, there's other things I can improve on as well. Maybe my gameplay, or my knowledge of the game, whatever I'm covering, maybe an LP, or the Smite, or whatever, this or that. There's always something to improve on. It's not directly what you're doing, but something around that you can improve on, that get better at. That's always how it is. That's really it. And so there's always room for improvement. Not always in one direction, but in directions near that direction, I guess I'm saying. And so this is going a bit long. I can't tell if I'm going past the match or not, but I should stop already. So that's it. That's the vlog right there. I had fun of a lot. Oh, as always, of course, should never forget this. Thank you to everyone. Thank you as always to you guys and gals for watching, for comments, for likes, dislikes, everything. Always thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to Jinx for her work, and thank you as always to everyone and everything. And there we go. So that's the vlog. I had fun. Hope you had fun watching and listening, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.